him. Diddy is serious stuff. Oh, looky here, looky here. How are you? This is Mr. Clovis Campbell. I was just giving everybody a rundown of what basically is happening in the news right now, but I'm so happy that you are joining us at this point. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Am I audible?
How
Can you hear
are
me?
you, Mr. Campbell?
I'm doing well. I'm doing very well.
Doing well. So I was just telling everybody that Diddy just got 4 years in jail, and he's, going crazy, asking for pardons. He's still looking for his privilege, right? Diddy is looking for the privilege that he is saying, listen, I want to do my time, my federal time in Fort Dix. I want to stay next to my family. I want to stay close. Don't send me all around the country like he does everybody else. So I don't know if he's going to get that, but Diddy is pushing hard. And I think that the walls are basically caving in on him at this point. But I just wanted to give everybody that update. Let's get into this beautiful gentleman right here. This is Mr. Clovis Campbell Jr., correct?
Correct.
Because there is a senior that preceded you that is the man and put you in your position and made you who you are today. So give us a little background on yourself, on Clovis Campbell Sr. I know he's got a school out there in Arizona, the newspaper. He's been in the politics, and most importantly, brought out the Martin Luther King Jr. Holiday in the state of Arizona, correct?
Look at my girl. You've done some homework, I see. That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been here for quite some time in Arizona. Everybody thinks there are not too many black people here, but as you can see, we got at least one. Um, so yeah, he's been around. He was the first elected black state senator in Arizona in 1960. He served in the House of Representatives as well, and I kind of followed in his footsteps and served in the legislature as well. He had then established our newspaper, the only largest black newspaper in Arizona. We're getting ready to celebrate 55 years next year.
Wow.
So we're excited about that. And he's done quite a few things to make sure that not just black folks in Arizona, but, as you know, when black people do things, everybody takes advantage of them. So he was able to help some things that did some stuff for Arizonans as well. So we've been busy. We're doing things in Arizona. We're fighting. We're dealing with a lot of different issues here, as you know, or like everybody is around the country. So it's an uphill battle, but it keeps us on our toes.
Nice. So we got to go to a break real quick. We're going to go to a
Mhm.
break, take a couple seconds, but we'll go to a break and we're going to come back and we're going to learn about what you're doing with the Black Rodeo and the tour that's coming up. We're not necessarily going to see it so close in New York yet, but we're looking forward. So we'll be right back here on Millennium News 24 with my guest, Clovis Campbell, and everything else to come. Be right back. And we are back. We are back here on the New American Perspective. I'm your host, Jania Butler. And today we have a great guest, Clovis Campbell out of Arizona. So those of you that are just tuning in, just told us about all the great stuff they're doing in Arizona. And I'm sure that immigration is a big situation there in Arizona too, as well, right?
Absolutely.
That's like a huge thing going on. We talk about Trump all the time and everything that he's doing, sending ICE this way, that way, and just basically militarizing the United States and stuff. But let's talk about what you got going on in Arizona with this Black Rodeo. First, tell me a little bit about, like me being from the East, the black men and the cowboys, and tell me a little bit about how that got started and how you got to the point of the Black Rodeo.
Well, as you know, cowboys have been a mainstay in American history for a long time. But a lot of people don't realize that the term, even cowboy, was related to African American uh, slave handlers and people who were handling the cattle for the ranch owners. So they would go out, and the black men would go and make sure that the cattle were rustled up, would keep them in line, and they were always calling them boys. So from
Boy.
there, they were working with the cows. They called them boys, so they ended up being called a cowboy.
Wow.
From that, you think that John Wayne was the first real cowboy? Well, not
Right,
really.
right, right. Well,
We've got people like
100%.
Bass Reeves and others that were the first cowboys and the first black cowboys. So
Right.
in essence, black cowboys have been around since the 1800s. We were here
Mm,
as Buffalo soldiers when they were fighting against,
sure.
things in the war back then. So black cowboys have been a part of American history for as long as America has almost been here. So
Amazing.
fast forward to now, we've been. I was born around horses and cowboys and things like that. We had horses when I was young.
Okay.
Kind of got away from it for a while when I got married and was got into a lot of other different things.
Mm-hmm.
But we ended up being part of a group that was doing rodeos throughout the country. And they came to Arizona and asked us, myself and my wife, Lynette, can you guys help us promote this since you know
Mm,
everybody
mm,
black in Arizona?
mm-hmm.
So we did it for about 3 or 4 years for other people. And
Right.
come to find out, they were keeping most of the money to themselves and we were doing all the work. You know how that works out. So
Yeah,
we
sound about
decided,
right.
yep. So we decided we can do this on our own. And from that grew the first Arizona Black Rodeo. And that was in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
So we're moving on. We're getting ready for our 2011, actually, 2011. So now next year will be our 15th anniversary with the Arizona Black Rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
But from that, we've grown into what we call Black Rodeo USA. So we
Mm-hmm.
do more than just Arizona, but we do other cities around the country. And
Okay.
by the way, Black Arizona Black Rodeo was voted in the top five rodeos in the United States by USA Today poll. So not only are we a top five rodeo amongst black people, but we're a top five rodeo amongst all rodeos in the country. So
That's deep
we're
because
pretty
I was
proud of that.
watching TV the other day and I saw this like huge white rodeo and they was,
Mm.
they was about to get killed out there. And then my eyes opened real big when I seen what you were talking about and seeing how you bringing this to the black community is just something, just even more of a phenomenon and how big that can truly get.
Absolutely. When you look at those rodeos on TV and you see the competitors, not many of them are black, if any, if maybe
No,
one
none
or
of that,
two.
none at all.
No. And so what we've done is be able to offer an opportunity and a platform for those black cowboys that do compete to be able to compete in a real fun atmosphere with people who appreciate what they're doing. And so our rodeo, I tell people all the time, we got black cowboys, we got black cowgirls, even the horses are black in our rodeo. So everybody's black and we have a
Right.
great time. It's a learning experience. People can bring their families, the kids. It's from grandbabies to grandmamas that can come and enjoy the black rodeo. So
So
we've
how
expanded.
often do you do the rodeo? How often? What is the process of, kind of setting up if somebody wants to bring a rodeo to their town, what do they need to think about?
Well, it takes a couple of things. One is to make sure you have a proper location that can accommodate the facilities that can accommodate what we need to put on a rodeo.
Mm,
And it's very many. There's a lot of those around the country, but there are different types. So we have to make sure we find the right location. Um, we um, we try to find a group or an organization that wants to support us when we get there. We like supporting cities that have black newspapers in them. So
mhm,
as you
mhm,
know, we're part of NNPA
mhm.
as well.
Sure, sure.
So we make sure that we go to cities that have a black publication or more than one, and we always partner with our black newspapers because we try to use those newspapers and those platforms to market our rodeo. We don't do TV. We don't go and spend a whole lot of money on major market TV. We do
Mhm.
everything through our own Black Folk Network. And so far, we've sold out every show in every city that we've gone to so far.
Yeah, congratulations. That's amazing. That is amazingness. And I know that I've told some people about it and they're so excited and everything like that. And so how can we bring this to New York?
Well, a couple of things have to work into play. The weather, for one,
Hmm.
unless we can find an indoor arena that has all the facilities that we need to have a rodeo. Two, to make sure that it fits within the rodeo season, whereas there is a certain amount of time, a certain part of the year where people go and we travel through different areas of the country. So the cowboys go on a circuit. And so they're always moving constantly. They bring their own equipment. They bring their own horses. They bring everything they need with them. So it's an extensive travel network that moves around the country. So it's pretty tough to make sure we can get them in certain areas and be able to move, say, from one part of the country, stay on the East Coast for 2 or 3 months, and then keep
Mhm.
going from there. So
Oh, okay.
it's a lot of logistical things that come into play.
Sorry about that. What
Mhm.
usually is the cowboy season, the rodeo
Um,
season?
we usually start in February
Mm-hmm.
and go from February all the way through. We'll be ending this year. Actually, next weekend, we'll be ending in Las Vegas in October 17th and 18th.
Right.
And so we'll be looking to do that this next week coming up. Anybody's welcome to come. We do 3 shows. We do a Friday night show, a Saturday afternoon show, and a
I
Saturday night
checked
show.
those shows, everybody. It's sold out.
Yeah,
It's sold out already, people. I checked. So that's amazingness already that even a couple weeks leading up to the show being sold out. And I spoke to some people in Vegas that, do some work in Vegas. They're like, oh, I know about the Black Rodeo. I'm going. And I thought that was amazing. I was like, oh, that's my people. So go ahead. I'm listening.
no. So we're that'll end this year, and then we start back up again in February. So we'll go into we'll be going into Nashville, Tennessee. We're going into Jacksonville, Florida. We'll also be in Okmulgee, Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Kansas City, Missouri. We just added on Denver, Colorado, and we've also had Houston, Texas. In addition to, we're looking to do San Diego. So we're adding 3 new shows on. So
Mm-hmm.
we should be up to around, excuse me, around 10 or 11 shows.
And what about sponsorship? Like people can sponsor the show, people can get involved if they have brands that they want to put out there.
Absolutely. What we try to do is each market that we go to, we try to get local sponsors so that people around that city can, market their products right there at the rodeo. We
Mm-hmm.
have a vendors opportunities there as well, so local vendors are able to capitalize on the opportunity to have such large crowds there, and they can make money for themselves as well. So our goal is to make sure that not only do we make money, but we also try to make sure that those local businesses make money, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about: the local community, the people who live there, and the businesses, so that they can thrive and continue to be in business.
Awesome, amazingness. And now how can they log on to the Black Rodeo and see if they can sneak in a ticket for this last Las Vegas or get ready for the new year?
Well, you can go to blackrodeousa.com, get your tickets there. I encourage people to buy them ahead of time if they can. We do have online sales, but for you, Jania, you always got a free ticket to any rodeo that we got coming up.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much. And this is the gentleman, everybody, that I told you about that helped us, that kind of got behind us with the hip hop community and said that you guys are worth it. Clovis was the former chairman of the NNPA, and we'll talk about that a little bit. And the NNPA is the National Newspaper Publishers Association, which is an affiliation of over 200 Black-owned newspapers around the country. So you got to
Mhm.
look, if you don't know, look in your neighborhood and find, in New York we have the Daily Challenge, in New York we have the Afro. We've got a bunch of newspapers in New York, the Amsterdam News, that are part of the NNPA. But Clovis, you own the Arizona Informant out of the NNPA, and then was the former chairman of it. And one of the projects that you took on was our project with the Hip Hop Union, and
Absolutely.
you helped us move the needle forward. First of all, do you see hip hop now?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you see
Absolutely.
what we've done with
I'm
the place?
hip hop is a part of everybody's life. That's one thing I'm really proud of, the fact that we were able to partner with you and the core DJs and those folks to be able to say, hey, hip hop is a part of our life. Hip hop is a part of Black history. And the fact that hip hop needs to be recognized around, not just in the United States, but globally.
Mm-hmm.
because at the end of the day, it's part of our culture, and we want to make sure that we not only celebrate hip hop, but we also record the history of hip hop through our black newspapers to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that, as you know, a lot of our history is trying to be changed up and whitewashed. So we want to make sure that we can continue to have hip hop and the culture able, and make sure that people remember and are able to read it.
Awesome. And so you said, did you, somebody called on my phone, but did you say that we need the print? Is that what you did you just say that we need to make sure that we keep the print so people can't change our history? Because that was
Absolutely.
something that you have always said to me that has stuck out in my mind about, you know, why the people who carry the torch with the newspapers continue when we're going into the digital age and continue to use the hard copy print. Can you just speak to that a little bit?
Absolutely. Well, it's more important than ever just because of the fact that with digital age, and with the opportunities with AI, the chances of our history being whitewashed or wiped away are very, very high. So what we have to do is make sure that we continue to print our stories so that they can't be deleted from a computer. As long as we have a copy that is a printed copy, that's something that we can look at and hold tangibly, and
Mm-hmm.
we can be able to read in our own hands. We need to make sure that our history is preserved. And the main way to preserve our history without it being altered at all is to make sure we got a printed version of everything we do. So
Sure.
I don't care what people say about how computer age is going to take us into the next level. It will. But at the same time, we've got to make sure we preserve our history and our stories and tell them through our own platforms as well. Because at the end of the day, if you let other folks write your history, it's going to be his story and not our story.
Exactly, exactly. And also, what do people need how do we better need to support the black press? You know, we think about the black newspapers, and I've seen with the hip hop community and working with you, I've seen how influential the black press is, and that most people don't know it. And so a lot of times you have, the crusaders that are carrying the torch, but what do we need the people to do better as far as connecting with the black press in their communities?
We need people to really support their black press and support their local black newspapers, because at the end of the day, they are the resources, and those are the people that continue to collect and print those stories. If you look at the digital age and how things come and go, 30-second sound bites are always going to be there. You
Right.
see something in 30 seconds, next thing you know, you're scrolling up on Instagram looking for something else to look at. But
Sure.
when you look at the black press and how we can support, tell our stories, record your history, say, okay, look, Jania just did this. Here's a story about her. That's going to be there forever. Your Instagram post is going to be there maybe 24 hours,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's gone. So we
Sure.
got to make sure that we tell our black businesses that, hey, the way to reach the black newspaper, the way to reach the black consumer is to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that you read the black newspaper,
Mm-hmm.
advertise in the black newspaper,
Mm-hmm.
because you want us to support you, and you got to be able to support us as well. So an investment with advertising in a black newspaper is an investment that lasts a lifetime.
Oh, are you a commercial or what? So we are going to take a break, and do you have a couple more minutes just to talk to us about a couple more things?
Absolutely.
So we're going to take a break really quick, and we're going to come back with the illustrious Clovis Campbell Jr. and talk more about what's happening in the United States after we heard about the great things. So put down the rodeo, put down everything, and we'll be right back on Millennium News 24.